Now we're going to cut our blouse out. The fabric that I'm using is from Michael Miller, and it actually is only 110 wide. It's the Baby Basics. Now what I did is I folded over one edge, so we've got the selvage here, just so I fit my front piece on, and then I folded the rest over and I can cut my back pieces here. And we're cutting them like that because of course we need the mirror image, or in this case we need it on the fold, so be sure that you put it exactly on that fold line there. But the rest of it will not fit on as shown in your plan. It should fit next to it, but it won't do that because the fabric is really not very wide. And this plan works with 54 inches or 140 centimeters, so it won't work. And say you need a meter, then you need 1.50 meters because you need exactly half again of that. I think it's a shame that Michael Miller did it to this width, because I think that's a bit cheeky, to be honest, because you need to buy so much more to get it right. I do like this fabric a lot. Gauze is lovely. It's effectively 2 layers, so it's lovely soft and really nice, but why they didn't do it 140, I don't know. Anyway, cutting out your pieces, try to cut from the left side of your pattern like this, so that when you're cutting out, you can lift the fabric with your left hand while your right hand is cutting. Now I've cut out my front piece, and you really do want to snip here to mark the center front straight away so it's prepared. And now we can put this piece away. Now I've also pinned on this piece. I've actually moved it over because I didn't want to waste any. Even if I don't know what I'm going to get out of this, I don't want to waste any. So I'm just going to cut the back piece now, and I just use the width I need for that. Cut from the left hand side again. Now I can twist it round and cut it from here as well. Now before you put this piece away, you want to mark the fold where it's marked here, so that we know where we're going to have to fold it over. And now that's done, we can put it away. Now in this long piece here that I've just saved by putting over my fold here, my selvages, just so the back fitted on, I've got enough to cut out my bow. So that's a real saving of fabric. I'm, going to do my loop on that side, and so I haven't really wasted any. Cut around that. So now I've got the bow and the loop. Now I'm going to create another fold here so that I can cut out the pieces that need to be cut on the fold. And again, I'm only using what I absolutely must. And I need to cut this twice as well, which is a little bit of a shame, isn't it? Now I've cut out the collar ones. I need to do it again because of course I need 2 of them, unfortunately. That's always so much fabric for collars that are round like this, but they do look so nice, so persevere. Right, and cut it again. So now we're going to cut the next bit out, and that is the facing. And I know a lot of you guys cut out exactly like I do. You never look at the lay plan. The lay plan really works when it's the right amount of fabric, and of course when it doesn't, you just have to make a dress out of a handkerchief sometimes. But it works pretty well if you just put your pattern pieces close enough to the edge. Never put them like in the center. My students in school always used to do that, and I used to go, what are you doing? Why are you putting your pattern piece in the center of the fabric? It makes no sense. So you go to the edges as much as you can. now I'm just cutting around here, almost done. You can mark the shoulder point if you like. Final thing to cut is my sleeves. So again, I can cut the sleeves along the grain. It doesn't matter whether the grain is along this way or the grain is along that way. You will have to cut the sleeve 4 times, so 2 times in shell and 2 times in lining. I'm going to use the same fabric for both, so I'm going to cut it twice again, which of course I hate doing because it's so much fabric, but there you go. And when you go to the bonus features, I've put all the sleeve construction videos in there as well that we did for the Virginia sew along, which have got all the variety of sleeves there and how you can manipulate them for different looks. Is really cool. I'm cutting it again. I'll just put it on top. I actually, you know, yeah, put some pins through, and I'll just cut around here again. Sometimes you can't come from the left, so, but you get a more jagged edge. You always do when you do it from the other side. That's it. I've got all my pattern pieces cut out. I just need to mark the sleeve head and the front so I don't get confused. And then with gauze, this is the excellent thing. You can actually pull it apart. And of course, the bit of thread that holds both layers together, and one of your threads will have pulled through, but actually you can hardly see it, and it makes a really lightweight lining. Otherwise you end up with 4 layers, which would have been really thick, and I didn't like that very much. So with this, having taken them apart, all I have to do is press it. I use it as a lining, and it's brilliant. This works really well. So now I've got my 2 sleeves together, and I could start sewing. Now I can do the same with my bow. Now I'm just going to pull this apart carefully, and I get a really lightweight bow. I don't want a heavy bow in there. It's not going to work. I can discard one of the bows and the other one I keep. All I need to do now is give this a little bit of a press, and it's ready to go. And those bits which I now don't need, I'm going to keep for my next blouse. So I'm quite excited using this again. I'm going to put a pin in there so I don't confuse it with rubbish and throw it away, because it's not. It's my lovely gauze.